Well, the idea about a milk bank actually began with breastfeeding. I gave birth to a little girl and fell in love with breastfeeding and breast milk and all of that goes along with it. And so it actually changed the direction of my life and my career. So then I adopted a baby and I tried to induce lactation and I didn't get a full milk supply, and I did not want to use formula. I wanted to use donor milk. So I used donor milk for her, and she thrived. She was a failure to thrive baby. I adopted her from China, and she was 4 kilograms at 4 months, or 9 kilograms at 4 months. So she was a failure to thrive baby. So she thrived on human milk, and that changed the direction. I went back to school and became a nurse and a nurse practitioner. And when I went to work in the hospitals, at that point I realized that New York didn't have a milk bank and there was no donor milk in the NICUs. There was no donor milk, and that started a mission that took me about 16 years, but that started the process. Initially we needed seed money, but now it's self-sustaining because we do sell our milk to hospitals. And so any donations now are for little perks for us, such as a human milk analyzer. So right now we're doing fine financially. Well, the challenges change over time. So initially it was getting donations, and then it was getting accounts because we were new and we had to go out there and let everyone know we were here. And now the challenges are keeping up with the demand for donor milk and making sure we have a good staff to keep up with the demand. So if a mother can't or won't breastfeed for whatever reason, even if she can't, her baby should be entitled to have access to human milk because it provides the best nutrients, the best components to protect the baby against infection, to grow the brain, and to provide lifelong benefits for health. Well, we service 25 hospitals in New York State, and there are 34 hospitals in New York State right now that use donor milk. Some of them get them from other sources, and our list is growing every month because there's about a total of 80 hospitals that will service premature infants and can benefit from using donor milk. So we have a lot of work cut out for us. New York is new on the scene in terms of using donor milk. About 10,000 liters of milk, but we're new. We've only been open 2 years. And so last year we processed 5,300 liters of milk, and that number is growing every month. So we anticipate going beyond that this year. We get the orders. We do everything online, so the orders come in at ordermilk@nymilkbank.org. We have plenty of milk, so we don't have to prioritize our milk right now. We have enough milk for the hospitals, the preemies. We have enough milk for insurance patients. About a third of our babies are covered on insurance. And we also have outpatients who are self-pay. Right now, if a gay family has babies, if they can afford the milk, they can purchase donor milk for their babies. Mothers that might need to supplement their milk supply because they don't have enough milk. So we're fortunate that we have enough milk to cover any baby that needs milk in New York or the surrounding areas, actually. So we're delighted that we've recently raised enough money to purchase the Miris human milk analyzer. And right now we have been blindly pooling the milk. So we don't know if we're putting together 2 women that have high protein content, someone has a low protein content. It's being done blindly. And then the hospitals get the milk and they don't know what nutrients are in it. So with the Miris now, we can analyze the milk and we can see what the protein is, the calorie content, the carbohydrates, and now we can selectively pool donors. So if we have a low protein content here and a high protein content there, we can match those donors up. And then we can take the final product and see what the content is of it. So we're just so grateful to start using this new equipment. Today, the advances in medicine, we're saving babies that can be 500 grams. I saw one just the other day. They are so very tiny, and their systems are just so fragile. They need human milk more than anyone. But if we don't know what the product is, it's hard for the neonatologist to know how to fortify the milk, because they have to fortify the milk so that the baby grows a little faster if it wasn't fortified. So if they know what the sample is to begin with, they know how to target fortification of the product, of the milk. And so by us telling them and labeling the milk for them, they now know what to do on their end, and then they can confirm what the protein and the fat content before they give it to the baby, which we hope will result in faster growth of these infants. I think we're on the cusp of lacto engineering. I mean, anything that we're doing with cow's milk today in formulas, special formulas that we make for babies that have PKU or galactosemia, we can be making those same formulas out of human milk. And I think this is the first step. What is in the milk that we're giving the babies, and how can we make it even better to target those infants that need a special formulation of human milk? So I think we're on the beginning of a very wonderful thing that's going to be happening in infant feeding.